You're not meant to be perfect. You're meant to be whole. Hi everyone, Linda here with Love Song Reiki, and I'm going to preface this video by saying some people may not agree with me, and that's perfectly okay. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. If comments do get negative, those negative comments will be deleted. The goal of my channel is to always be uplifting, educational, loving, and compassionate. So if you have questions, feel free to reach out. But what I'm going to talk about today is remembering your perfection versus healing your brokenness. What sounds better to you? Remembering your authentic, beautiful, great bright light that God created you to be? Or healing this broken soul that's just been through so much? Now look, I am not intending to diminish what has happened to people in human incarnations. A lot of us have been through a lot of stuff and are going through a lot of stuff. And it's heavy and it's dense. But no matter what is happening to you, you remain a beautiful, great, bright light, spirit, soul, part of creation, divine creator. Period. That is what you really are. You are a soul having a human experience. This meat suit is just one of many different acting roles that you've taken on throughout your hundreds of thousands to millions to billions of years of existence as a soul. This is just one tiny aspect, one little avatar of who you, the great bright light, really are. But first of all, let me tell you about a card I pulled. I thought, well, I'll just pull an oracle card to see what might come up around remembering your great bright light versus healing. And I used the Sacred Destiny deck by Denise Lynn. And the card that came up is called Embracing. And you see it's a great egret on the shore side of some type of water, right? So when I read the book, I thought, oh, perfect. It says embracing. It's about floodplains. A floodplain is a naturally occurring phenomenon in which the land adjacent to a river floods out to far banks of the surrounding land during times of high water. Land that is normally dry may be underwater for a period of time. When this occurs, silt, sand, and nutrients are deposited. For this reason, floodplains are often areas of great fertility as well as rich ecosystems. They are excellent areas for lush, abundant crops. It is a natural occurrence that allows life in all areas to thrive. And what this wants you to know is that sometimes life overflows and it can feel uncomfortable. However, the ensuing result of the discomfort can be of great value. Embracing who you are, embracing all that's happening to you or has happened to you, to understand and to learn and to gain wisdom, to gain teachings that are providing wisdom and depth to your soul. Okay, so I think in some other video I might have talked about the fact that in spirit, when we're on the other side, when we're not incarnated, we have soul families and we create what we call soul plans, soul contracts. Some people agree with me, some people don't. Fine, take what resonates, leave the rest. But we have things that we want to learn and experience as souls, because basically our goal is to experience every possible permutation of human emotion that can be experienced ever. We plan with other souls what we're going to experience. The souls who love us the most are the ones who probably in your incarnation are the most evil person to you, because they loved you so much in spirit. They love you so much now as a soul that they're willing to come into an incarnation on this planet and be seen as the devil in order to help you learn your lessons. Or maybe you've come into this life and you've done some things that aren't too kind or aren't too nice or aren't too good. Well, maybe in another life, you experienced that from someone else and you wanted to understand what it felt like to do that to other people. Now, does having these type of experiences make you less than? Nope. You're still a beautiful soul. You are still a great bright light. So why this comes up for me is a client had come in and we were talking and about ways she was maybe speaking to herself, and we had talked about, she's like, when she says that she's healing herself, it doesn't feel good because that implies that she's broken. And the reality is we're not broken. We may have a lot of dirt and mud slung at us from external. We may have silt that lands on us from all of the experiences of this human existence. We may have thrown silt on ourselves. We may have covered our great bright light up with cloaks of all kinds of stuff. But that doesn't mean we're not still beautiful souls loved by Creator, Source, God, Divine. Right? So the goal for me as a Reiki practitioner, sound therapist, is not to heal, but to help people remember their own beauty, their own self-love. And down the road, as they understand loving themselves and being at peace internally, they can start forgiving themselves for anything they've done because they realize that it wasn't about being a bad person. It was about learning something. And then they can take that same compassion they're feeling for themselves and extend that to others in their lives that they feel have hurt them or done wrong to them. It's all a learning experience. So I'm helping people remember their great bright light. Now, look, is there physical healing that many people need? Absolutely. And can holistic practitioners such as Reiki and sound therapy help with that? Absolutely. Because through these practices, the bodies are able to relax, the people are able to relax, their bodies, their parasympathetic nervous systems are engaged so that they're able to get bodies into relaxed states and bring more nitrous oxide into the body, reducing blood pressure, relaxing muscles, and allowing energy to flow where it needs to go, that maybe it's been blocked by all the of the dense things that have happened that hangs out in your energy field. Because that's truly what happens when something that feels not good happens to you. There can be a knot created in your energetic field that hangs out in your aura, in your biofield, within your body, and we can help release those knots. And when you release those knots, you're able to move more freely through your life. You're able to feel lighter. You're able to feel more free to move. You're able to remember what it's like to move through life a little more easily. And when we can help you remember that you're this beautiful, great, bright light and have compassion for yourself, you're able to live a more authentic way. You're able to say no when you mean no. Say yes when you mean yes. Maybe be a little more joyful, and remember that the things you've done don't make you a bad person. The things you've done make you someone who was learning something and you had something to learn. And look, in this life, we may not understand what we were meant to learn from the crap, spiritual word crap, that happened to us. But as a soul, we have the wisdom to know that we're learning what we intended to learn. And what I believe karma is lessons that we haven't completed yet. So we're like, okay, I'm going to come into this next incarnation. The karma is the lessons I didn't complete in this life. It's not about punishment. It's not about judgment. God, Creator, Source, Divine Source is love. If God is love, God is love. Creator is love. How can God be sitting up there judging you and saying, well, your actions are hateful, and so I hate what you're doing, so I'm sending you to hell? In my belief system, that is no longer valid. Others, I understand. It's still valid, and it's what you believe, and that is perfectly fine. But for me, I believe that we create our own hell by judging ourselves, by judging others, and by living in states of dis-ease and discomfort and not remembering that we actually are not broken. We're human souls. We're souls having this human existence to learn. So it's about remembering who you are rather than healing the broken you, because you as a soul can never be broken. You are perfect and divine. You are a spark of God, and you are perfect. This body, the experiences you had in this lifetime may have been hard, tough, dense. In human terms, the words may feel broken, but that's not you. So I just want you to remember that you are perfect. You are love, you are light, you are compassion. Everyone around you is love. Everyone around you is a soul, is a spirit. We are all interconnected with everybody. We are not actually these dense forms, we're actually vibration. And our vibrations interact with everything and everyone on the planet, in the universe, in every dimension. Everyone, every soul is out to experience everything. And while it may be difficult in this lifetime as a human to forgive, it's really been key for me to understand the soul plans, and to see maybe where my part in things, to take responsibility for planning this before I came in and go, oh my God, did I really plan this? Yes, I did. Okay, I hope I learned what I'm supposed to learn, because I really don't want to go through this again. So I'm hoping through this rambling that you've maybe learned something that you didn't know. Take what resonates, leave the rest, but remember that you are perfect. You don't need to be healed because you're broken. You may have physical ailments that need to be healed, but you, as a beautiful soul, do not need to be healed. You just need to be uncovered. You need your light to shine again. And just know that I love you all. And if you have questions, please feel free to reach out. And bye for now.